So, I recorded this video a while ago. This is my very first video, right? So I'm starting to tweak a few things. First thing I noticed right here, my video cut out, and my audio was so low quality that I'm deciding to do a voiceover. I'll add in some music probably in the background, just so it's not all just me talking. I'm going to start with my name here. I chose Brock. That's my first name. As if you couldn't tell by my YouTube moniker. What I'm planning on doing here is a random Nuzlocke for Radical Red. Now, Radical Red is a fun game. It has all the Pokémon across, I think we're up to 9 generations now. It goes all the way up to Scarlet and Violet. Right here I choose normal species. What happens with scaled is it's the earlier the game, the earlier the evolutions. Like, first route could be Nidoran or something. I chose normal, that way it's just random the whole way. Random abilities here will give you abilities that Pokemon normally don't have. So you could get something like Levitate on a Pidgeotto, who would not be hurt by ground moves anyway, because it's already, doesn't get hurt by ground, so Levitate wouldn't help it. Or you could get a huge power Slacking, who would normally have Truant just to balance out its already overpowered attack stat. I chose not to do moveset randomized because I don't like chaos. you could have a Pokemon know busted moves that it wouldn't ever know, but then like you don't know how many moves you could ever get that would have the same type attribute bonus. So for some reason I forgot how the game actually starts. I went to the laboratory before. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to go out to the wilderness first. Usually your mom asks you what region you want your starters from, but since it's randomized, it really doesn't matter. So I'm gonna go here. Something to keep in mind, my button mapping for my controller that I had attached Bluetooth wise did not have it wasn't mapped right. So basically both my buttons were the A button. So when I chose this Lombre, it's not because I wanted it, because I wanted to check out what the other two were, but I just apparently kept pressing A. So Lombre is what I start with. I named it Colo just because it would turn into a Ludicolo anyway. And this is when I figured out, oh hey, my B button actually isn't my B button at all. So I figured out ways to get around it until I finally actually figured out how to map my buttons correctly. And then right here, Gary chose whatever that would have been. I think it was a Brute Bonnet, which was one of the new, I wouldn't even know what to call them. The new Pokemon in Area Zero, they have a specific name. Some are from the future, some are from the past. Spoiler alert. So I'm not really doing anything against a Brute Bonnet with a Lombre at this point, so he kind of just whips the crap out of me. Sorry for the creaky chair here. I tried to use Growl because I imagine he's probably going to be more of a physical attacker, but then he uses Growth, which makes me think, oh yeah, well, okay, obviously attack's not gonna, or attack lowering won't do anything. This is again, I misclicked. I don't know if I was trying to go to my bag or what, but going back and forth trying to hit B, which doesn't exist apparently on that mapping. So this is just a whole lot of me waiting to die, actually. And then I finally get hit. Which is weird because I'm pretty sure Payback is a physical move. So I don't know why the AI chose to use that move after it just boosted its special attack twice. Use Astonish again, nothing. I shouldn't have even pressed Astonish because flinching just wasn't going to do anything. And then finally, like the crit would have mattered anyways. So yeah, this cocky jerk just beat the tar out of me, and now I'm ready to go do the whole Oaks parcel thing. At some point my webcam actually does come back on. I want to say probably halfway through, maybe around the 12 to 15 minute mark somewhere. Got the potion here. I'm probably just talking a little bit here. It really stinks. It really stinks when you're trying to voice over what would have been. I like doing recordings live because then obviously, you know, what I'm talking about pertains to what's happening. At this point, it's just speculation. So I found out Sentret could be on this route. Again, everything's randomized, so anything I would find on that first route would be, and even in that grass right there, I mean, it could be anything from a Bidoof to a Mewtwo, you know, just one of the cool things about randomizers. I don't know if I ever actually want to go back to, unless it's a ROM hack, I don't think I ever actually want to go back and play an original Pokemon game that's not randomized at this point. They're pretty fun. And if you randomize and then randomize again and randomize again, you know, you're basically playing the same game, but each will have its own uniqueness, right? Like fingerprints, you know, everybody's got a fingerprint, but they're all unique, or even snowflakes, I guess, if we're going that route. But just cool. You know, if you really enjoy the game and you just like playing it, and you eventually get to the point where, yeah, well, of course I know this route has only Pidgey and Rattata, and okay, now I'm in the Viridian Forest, and now there's only a Weedle and a Caterpie and maybe a Pikachu. I think even Pidgeotos were in Viridian Forest on. Was it Leaf Green and Fire Red? I can't even remember. Anyway, yeah. So it becomes stale, and the replayability really isn't there. But randomizing, so you don't know what you're gonna get where. That just kind of adds a little bit of extra fun to it. So this is my first encounter that I get, because I finally have the Pokeballs now. And I just so happen to hit the wrong button on my controller, and it just immediately makes me run away. So, first encounter wasted. Immediately run into a Buzzwole later, which is 10 times better than a cast form. More Beautifly. Probably saying something here I think might be witty. I don't know. Maybe I had the same complaint. You know. So I don't know. I'm just trying to get to Viridian City at this point to get to that next grassy area to try and get another encounter. And then I hit Astonish, which definitely won't even touch normal for whatever reason. I'm trying to escape. So I don't know. I'm just not escaping and obviously not able to hit it. So I'm just going to keep trying to run. Eventually I got away. It would have been silly if I just immediately ended my run as soon as it started. If I was smart, I'd go to the Pokemon Center. Here we go. Heal up, and then I'm immediately off to my next encounter here. It's almost a different experience, like trying to record audio or like even say what's going on post edit. I think right here, I don't know if he teleports. Obviously, I'm ready to try and damage him a little bit so I can catch him. Yeah, and teleport. So, first encounter, I ran away because I hit the wrong button. And then the second encounter, Kadabra just teleports away. So that's the second encounter, just completely gone Ari. So now I'm off to Route 22 over here to try and finally add something to my team after 2 botched encounters. Run into a Manaphy. The mythical Pokemon, they're always fun. They're not quite as overpowered as a lot of the legendaries are, but they're still kind of fun just because they all have their unique little shtick to them. So I astonish it a little bit, because with it being a mythical, its catch rate's probably a little bit higher than your normal encounter. Probably just a little bit of a pause trying to figure out what to do at this point. Might be saying something along the lines of I just want to hit Astonish until... Come on, Brock, do something here, bud. There we go. I do have kids, so sometimes I might pause to deal with something that they're doing, or wife comes in and asks me to do something. So any of these long pauses are probably just either me trying to figure out how I want to tackle a situation I'm in, or I'm just being, I wouldn't say bothered by a family member, but... So Manaphy's using Bubble. Not really hurting me a whole lot. I'm taking 2 at a time. It's a lot faster because it used Tail Glow twice, so I think it's at +4 speed now. So this is me just trying to whittle it down. So now I'm going to start throwing some balls here. Alright, so I got it as low as I possibly can. Now what I started doing is just for catching Pokemon here, I use the L button sometimes, and that's burned me to where I've actually not been in my bag, right? So I hit L, mash, get through my A, and then since I used L, I'm not directly into my bag. So then I hit A again, but I'm on my fight screen, and I actually have fainted a few Pokemon before I got a chance to catch it that way. So at this point, the catch rate's still pretty low. Not catching. What ends up happening is it starts damaging me too much to where I know I can only take a few more hits. And here's my video coming back on. It's going to be kind of jarring seeing my mouth move now. And, so I really did want to keep that audio. It just really isn't. Well, I'm learning things as I go, so I didn't want to give just crap audio. So this is why I decided to do the voiceover. My audio I used a different software, and my audio upgraded a little bit. So I probably won't have to do this again. And if I do, man, Lord help me. So, ran away. I wasn't going to catch it before it killed me. So, 0 for 3 at this point for encounters. Now, the next route I'm going to go to would be Route 2, right before the Viridian Forest. So, heal up real quick just to make sure. I really wish this audio recording worked out. I was using my headphones, and I think they work well for phone calls enough, but when I'm trying to record through them it just sounds like I'm in some kind of cone. I guess I don't really know how to describe it. It's just a little bit electronic-y, you know? It's just not good quality audio at all. So here I'm getting my Pokeballs, here I'm getting some potions. I probably get a little bit of everything. I don't want to be caught with my figurative pants down in the forest, because I know there's a lot of enemies that can poison and paralyze. And, you know, with it being randomized, you really don't know what you're going to run into. So it's always good on Nuzlocke just to kind of stock up on items you normally wouldn't otherwise. So now I'm off. I don't know why I run through the grass. I already got the encounter. Maybe I changed my mind about getting something here. Here we go. And I know you find a few more items like this in the forest itself. Just trying to figure out what's worth the money I'm spending here. Alright, so ran myself out of money. Must have misclicked there. So now I think I'm on my way to Route 2. Gotta get past this old man. He'll give you TV. And then you run into Oak's aid up here. So he'll try to run past you, turn around. Oh, hey, I forgot to give you this. And then I get a Dex Nav and some berries. So here's my Route 2 encounter. And it is Silvally. So at this point, I can't remember. I don't think I had Absorb when I was fighting against Manaphy. So at this point, I'm just damaging it a little bit. Absorb, absorb, absorb. I might use a potion at some point here. I'm just trying to kind of retain my life, because at this point I really just need something on my team. So I think I use a potion here, maybe. Immediately breaks out. I know the catch rate for this is a little bit higher too. So at this point, if it's gonna hit me again, I'm gonna faint. If I was smart, I'd go potion up. Yep. Looks like my audio's my video's having a hard time recording here. I did upgrade also. So you see my little recording thing in the bottom left corner. I started using a different software. I think it does a pretty good job. The next 2 episodes I have will have my new webcam in the bottom left corner, and I realized that the next 2 episodes, like it's in the way, right? Like right here, it's showing Colo Learn Bubble, where I have my webcam placed for episode 2 and 3 is like right in front of that. So by the time I hit my 4th episode, I kind of have my overlays all figured out. But I caught the Silvally. And the nickname here, Giorno. sometimes it's just kind of hard to think about on-the-spot nicknaming, which normally you wouldn't have to worry about in most Pokemon games, I guess, unless you plan on using something for a while. Oh, Kadata's Snivy. That's fine. But, you know, not that I watch a whole lot of JoJo, but every once in a while I'll get on there and watch it. So Giorno, I know, is one of the characters. So come back, heal up. I want to start using Silvally a little bit to level him up. And then my next encounter will be in the Viridian Forest. Also, I might be doing a little bit of swiveling on my chair. Right here, it looks like I'm doing a little bit of that. You know, when you start this kind of thing, you get nervous, and then you start watching and you start realizing, hey, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Hey, maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Hey, you know, the audio recording on my very first episode's really just not great. So let me just voice over the whole episode. So this is one of those things where, it's just, I don't want to give out completely garbage videos, and the webcam could be wrong, maybe, or be in a bad place, or the audio could just suck, or maybe you just forgot to record the whole entire gameplay for the episode. Or, fun thing I did, well, I might not quite get into that yet. You'll find out. So my encounter here is a Baxcalibur, which all these Pokemon I run into, immediately, I'm either having a hard time with my button mapping, or the catch rates are just so incredibly high. I'm actually surprised I even caught the Silvally. So let's see what happens here. Probably just use bubble to get it down. I don't think grass is gonna do, or I'm sorry, Astonish, not bubble. Just get it down a little bit. I probably should have used bubble. I bet it's probably a little bit physically bulkier than it is specially. So one more Astonish should probably whittle it down just enough. So at this point, I think I'm probably going to kill it if I hit it once more. So now is when I try to start catching a little bit. Keep in mind, well, I don't know really what to keep in mind here. I'm really going to have to kind of be careful with what I say and where, because I don't want to give away anything really coming up. But I could have potioned here probably with Colo, but I switched into Giorno. And I think I immediately get smacked. He has pretty good defense. He has an ability that halves physical damage. I don't think it's fur coat. It's something, ruins of something or other. So now I run the risk of getting hit and losing Giorno, or switch out to Lombre. Because if I keep potioning up Giorno, then it's going to be 1-2 potion, 1-2 potion. And I didn't want to do that, so now, out of the 5 possible encounters that I could get at this point, I am 1 for 5. And that's the end of the episode. Thanks for watching.